Brand new to chess.com, we have the Magnus Carlsen chess bots, starting with Sleeping Magnus at 500, Ski Magnus at 1,000, Soccer Magnus at 1,500, Chef Magnus 2,000, and of course, the regular Magnus at 2822. I'm going to be playing all of them starting at the bottom, working my way up. Links in the description if you would like to play against these bots on chess.com. They are brand new. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to just do a challenge, so no help of any kind. I play as random, and good luck to Magnus. Let's see if I can beat Magnus when he's asleep. All right, we're going to play the King's Indian here, where we fianchetto the bishop. We play d6 to stop the pawn pushing forward. Let's go ahead and get the king to safety. And so far, Magnus is playing pretty well. So even asleep, looks like he knows his openings. Let's see if he makes any blunders. Okay, I think he might have made a mistake here. We're going to go ahead and trade off that piece. And now the pawn on d4 is no longer defended. So I can simply capture it and also get a nice little fork here if I want it. It's a question of, is that even worth it? I don't think I really care about that bishop right now. My knight is so powerful. I'm just going to leave it sitting in the center. Ooh, and Sleeping Magnus does not notice the bishop is going to get captured there. All right. Since I'm ahead, general rule is if you're ahead, trading pieces is the way to go because it gets you closer to the end game quicker. That's what I'm doing here. Let's go ahead and actually just bring that all the way back to safety. We got the pawn and we're happy. I am going to go ahead and take that. Rooks are better than bishops, so I'll make that trade. I do want to be careful that the queen can't come in here and checkmate me, but because white doesn't have a lot of pieces, I don't think that's going to happen. But let's go ahead and shut it down anyway, just to be on the safe side. Okay, and now probably let's play d5. Just trying to strike at the center here, get the pieces to good squares, open the way for the rooks. And again, I am ahead, so trading would make sense. This move would also make sense to grab the pawn and put the pressure on the rook. I think I will do that because white's king looks to be in big trouble here. Yeah, and he's just going to give me the pieces. I guess we'll take the rook first. And it looks to be almost over here for Sleeping Magnus. Let's just bring in the final troops and see if we can finish him off. Let's go ahead. I am going to sacrifice my rook here. I see that the bishop can take, but it's okay because we have another one to come through. And now we should be able to finish off this game very, very nicely here. Let's see if I can get a quick checkmate. And I'll go here. Next move, you can come down here, and that should do it. Okay, he's trying to delay, but that's not really going to help him. And there's the checkmate. All right, good game to Sleeping Magnus. Let's go to the next one. And Ski Magnus is rated 1,000. So let's see what Ski Magnus has for us. Sicilian defense, all right. Probably going to go with the bishop b5 lines that I'm very familiar with. Check to the king. We'll go ahead and play a4. The point here is that if black takes us, which they do, we've now opened up our rook. And this pawn is kind of annoying, stopping the knight from developing. Yeah, so the knight has to go to a different square. So pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and castle. Let's bring the rook to the center, getting ready to push on e5 at some point here. I'll go ahead and play d4. We can capture really either way here. Aha, interesting move. I think I'm going to go ahead and trade. And let's develop, add a defender, and also gain control of this nice outpost here. And I think we do want to go ahead and jump in there. Let's see, do we lose a pawn in that case? Maybe we do. So let's just hold up for a moment, develop the bishop, but I am going to keep an eye on this knight to d5 move. I think I'm going to go ahead and trade that off and try to take advantage of this square. So let's see, how do we do that? Let's go queen d3, probably going to double up here. Ooh, that seems like a bad move. I was going to use this rook, but now that the king is there, I might actually change my strategy and move this one because I'm envisioning that this rook is going to have some use here at some point. Okay, we have en passant, but do I really care about that? Not really. I'm just going to go straight for the attack on the king here. Yeah, and here we go. We'll take this way, open up, and I think we're going to sacrifice. I think we have to do this because now we can get to the king. So that piece doesn't really mean much. Checkmate is much more important. Let's see. Just looking for a way to get at the king, basically. And I think we have queen h3, which looks like it gets the job done. There's f5, but It still looks like it creates more weaknesses here for black. How do we want to approach this? So many good options. I don't know. We'll try this one. Although then we walk into the bishop. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we won't try that one. I want to go here, but then this needs to be defended. So how do we do that? All right, let me just actually go rook e6. And I'm just putting pressure on some of these weak pawns. Okay, he's going to give me this one. I guess I'll just take that. Yeah, now we can take here. Okay, he's defending this. He's attacking my rook. Gotta watch out for that. Let's go ahead and slide over to f3 to defend here. And we're still attacking this. All right, and I think what I'm going to do is just play h3 so I don't have to worry about any types of back rank checkmates. I've made that escape square for my king. Really want to take this, but I can't because of the queen. So how do we get around that? Let's actually go here. Try to make that queen move. And there we go. All right. Dun, 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 dun. How do we do this? I really don't want to trade queens because I'm trying to checkmate the king and I sacrificed the piece. So generally, if you've sacrificed, you don't want to be trading queens like that. So let me just slide it over here. Threatening to come down here on c7. Okay, now he does take. Great. And I'm going to go this way to open up the rook. Yeah. All right. So we can go there. We can also go here. Here. Sorry, here to come in this way. Wow, so many good options here. Let me start with queen f6. I think this one makes a lot of sense. And I think we might have a tactic here. If we go check with the rook can't take because then we grab the queen. So let's go ahead and do that. And I guess there is king c7. Yeah, I just noticed that. But now we have this check. And we have so many pawns that trading is not out of the question, but it really seems like there should be a more powerful move here. Question of what is it? How about here? Check. I'll just run away. That looks fine. Yeah, let's do this. Maybe we can come around this way and just checkmate the king. Okay, we'll just run here. He does have the... Yeah, he can force the trade. Okay, so I'm going to have to actually go into the endgame. I was trying to avoid that, but didn't really see a way to do that. Okay. Let's come over here, grab a pawn. I think this Ski Magnus is actually playing pretty well for a 1,000 rated bot, to be totally honest with you. This maybe was a bit of a mistake here because we can grab the bishop. But overall, unless I missed some easy tactics, I think the bot's playing pretty well. Let's grab some pawns here. And I think what we're going to do is try to get a queen on this king side here. Do have to keep an eye on these guys, but I want to start pushing. So let's... That one could have gotten captured anyway. Let's go ahead and push it. Let's push it. Let's push it. Yep, and you have to watch out that you don't push it too far. But I think we're okay here. Let's go ahead and support the pawn. Really, I'm not playing this super accurately. I kind of expected the game to be a little easier than this, honestly, at 1,000. But let's see. This is a good example of like, never let your guard down. You never take it easy because you never know when the 1,000 rated player is going to just play a really, really great game. Looks like we might have it now though, because Magnus wasn't pushing his pawn fast enough here. Let's come over here. We've got the checkmate threat. And I think, what's the easiest way to do this? Probably just check and get the queen. There we go. So finally did it there. Honestly, like I said, that was a kind of a tough game. So Ski Magnus, very tricky player. Didn't make a ton of like huge mistakes, at least not that I noticed until the end game there, of course. But all right, you know what? We're just gonna make our life simple. Get the queen. Wow. How many moves does it take me to checkmate with 2 queens? Okay, next bot. Here we go. Soccer Magnus, 1,500. I think I'm gonna have to play better this game than what happened last game. Let's try a Ponziani. Let's see what we can do here with the Ponziani. See what Soccer Magnus knows about this. D5. All right, we're gonna go with a Queen A4 line here. Queen D6. All right, I don't really remember that one. Let's just pile on the pressure here. F5. Wow. All right. So I'm going to capture here and castle. I want to get my king out of the center. Now we can think about bringing the rook over. Okay, I'm not worried about the pawn taking me because I'll take the rook, but the queen is threatening to take that. So I could deal with that with a move like C4. Bishop C4? Yeah, I like C4 because it defends it so the queen can't take that way. And like I mentioned, I already talked about this pin. Okay, yeah, here we go. Now we can pile up on that E5 pawn. Remember, when the king is stuck in the center, usually lining up with the rook is going to be a great plan. And let's see what's going to happen here. If we take, the knight takes. We take with a check. The queen takes. We take with a check. Is that just a big trade? We could also take this way, and then we pin the queen, but we're losing our queen. Surely, let's see, there must be a better way to do this. Check. All right. I mean, I still think that's a pretty good line. Yeah, because we might actually have... Yeah, I think I see something. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I think I see a little trick here at the end. And we'll take this way. We'll go with the check. And bishop E7. I was kind of expecting king D8. I guess that's a good move. Question is, do I want to trade 3-6, 3-6-7? We're up a pawn. Why not? And then we'll just go ahead and get the pawns in the center, get our pieces out, and we should be in pretty good shape here. Grab the pawn. We have a fork here if black tries to take that. Ski Magnus does notice that. Let me go. I was going to say I'll go all the way back and pin it, but then there's going to be C5. It gets a little tricky. Let's actually just defend the pawn. I think we'll defend the pawn, and I walked into that one. I walked right into that one. Okay. So, do we lose a bishop and get the pawn? No, because then we lose this. We have to sack the exchange. We have to. Only move. Knight C3. I missed that. I missed that. Soccer Magnus with a nice little tactic there. So let's see if we can claw our way back from this. We do have the pawn. So the bishop and the pawn for the rook. Actually, 2 pawns. What am I saying? So yeah, this is actually relatively equal. In fact, I don't actually mind my position with the pawns like this. So let's see what we can do. Probably just planting the bishop there is pretty solid. Let's go ahead and defend, dealing with the threats. And I will push by. I don't want to open up too many files to let the rooks have a lot of options. Right now, I feel like they're kind of limited, which is great. So I'm going to try to keep it that way. Let's go ahead and play D5 using these pawns just to gain control of the board here as best I can. And yeah, I'm going to just keep pushing forward. Really try to put the pressure on with the pawns here. We'll go ahead and slide the rook over, getting ready to probably play D6. Okay, that seems like a weird move. Let's go ahead. And we're just breaking through here, trying to attack the king. There's a double check. And let's just save our bishop. And I think Soccer Magnus is in trouble this time. All right, here we go. That's checkmate. That's checkmate. I don't know how he's going to stop it. He does delay it because we had to keep this defended. But we, again, have the checkmate threats. Very nice finish to that game. All right. Chef Magnus, 2,000 rated Chef Magnus. Now is where it's going to get interesting, and we will see. We'll do the best we can here. Let's go. Maybe we'll try this bishop b5 one more time. See if we can play a little more accurately this time. All right, let's go ahead and defend the pawn. Keep it real simple. Okay, usually when they do this, I will just drop the bishop back to a4 and then castle. Okay, almost looks like a fork, but it's not because of the check. He would trade here first. And we do have to be careful. There are some potential things that could happen here. So I'm thinking about taking here, going knight to b5, but that doesn't look really great enough. Yeah, normally I wouldn't play a move like this, but in this case, I just want to like stop any of these shenanigans. So I decided to go ahead and play h3. Just in case there were some tactics that I wasn't picking up on. I'm going to go ahead and trade the knight now. I've got this defended, which is important because when my knight moves, black was going to capture that. So I had to defend first, which I did. Drop the bishop back here. And I feel like our position's pretty solid now. Let's see about developing this guy. Or I could even just play f4. Actually, I kind of like the idea here of f4, threatening the fork. Also threatening f5, maybe to unleash the rook here. Ooh. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that. Aha. Definitely should have thought through that a little bit more. I think we just made a pretty big mistake. Unless we have some move to get out of it. No, we don't really have a way out of it. So we're going to have to just commit to this. We're losing our knight. It's not really what we wanted to do, unfortunately. Let's go rook f2, and there's going to be bishop c5. Wow. I guess I got to go king h1, actually. All right, Chef Magnus, with the clever tactics there. So we lost a pawn that we didn't have to. I would say our position's not terrible, but definitely did not want to do that. Let me go c3. I don't want my bishop to get trapped, so I'm going to go c3 so that I have some options here. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with f5. We're going to try to attack the king a little bit here. Maybe if we can get the pawn to f6, he's not going to let us do that, which makes sense. But again, we could try. And now might be the moment. Got to be a little careful here. You don't just get checkmated. But I do want to put some pressure on the chef here. Yeah, okay. Now we have a target at least. We can sneak our queen over there. Even like this would be another option. Now I could go with the bishop, but then I don't really have a follow-up. I'd much rather my queen be over there. Let's go queen g4. He's stopping. See, he's stopping me from going here. So maybe now we go with this one. And again, I want to sneak in, right? Okay. So I'm even thinking about sacking here. Don't have time because we would lose that. Or maybe bishop f4, or do I need to just save the bishop? Yeah, maybe we take time to save the bishop. Let's go ahead and drop that back. And then I think bishop f4 is the move I want to play. Although, yeah, I want to get the bishop out of there. Okay, he wants to attack here. Yeah, this is getting very tricky now. All right. How do we sneak the queen in? We got to defend this somehow. So how do we do that? Let me start by moving my bishop. Okay, so the bishop is saved. Of course, we lose a pawn, but we're going for bigger things right now. Like here. Question is, am I being too aggressive? Because there is a threat here. Ooh, queen there. It's a good move. See, he's not letting me come in. He's just not letting me come in. Yeah. Getting outplayed here by Chef Magnus. So what can we do? What can we do? I don't actually know. It's kind of a fork in a sense that we're going to lose a piece if we don't watch it. Although no, because we could do this. There's a... Oh, I didn't see it. Oh my. Chef Magnus. Ooh. Gotta go back here. Only move. Look at this guy. This is nasty. This is so nasty. Yeah, there's checkmate. I just can't really stop it. Whew. Let's check the game review on that. I mean, I don't know that I played great, but my goodness. Chef Magnus. Let me see here. Yeah, I played really bad, 63. Chef Magnus played at 70, 77, 78, which is what I would expect for a 2000 rated bot. All right. I have no one to blame but myself. All right, we're going to try a rematch. I think we can beat Chef Magnus. We're going to try one more time here. All right. Let's try to play a little more carefully, not miss those tactics. D6, we'll put the bishop here. And we will castle, I believe. Yep. Okay. Bishop to e2. Let's go with knight a6. This is one different approach. You can try to play e5, and you're going to sink your knight in here when the pawn moves forward. He doesn't take the pawn. So I guess we can open up the bishop here and still jump in with the knight to c5. And a lot of times you want to stop b4. I'm going to be thinking about playing this. Okay, interesting move. Let's go back. Attack the queen. And now probably just trade. And I think we have a pretty equal game here. And pretty happy with how the opening went here. Yep. Okay, great. So I'm going to jump in. Try to attack the bishop and also make way for this guy to come out. I have a fork. He's letting me actually fork these pieces, which is interesting. He wants to... I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So we'll take this one because we want to draw the rook away from the action. So let's go ahead. And so, all right. Pretty nice endgame here for us. Still need to develop the pieces and watch out for these annoying bishops. So how do we do that? Let's go bishop f5. Put the pressure there. And get ready to bring the rooks into the game. Right. Attack that guy. He's probably going to back to d6. All right. And just trying to put my rooks on active squares. And now, maybe we start to trade off and simplify some of these pieces. Let's do that. Unleashing my bishop here. Getting ready to maybe make some trades, win some pawns. He's just trying to hold on. Okay. So if we take and the bishop takes, we actually have checkmate. No, the bishop blocks. Still a nice looking pin, so I could still consider that. The other option would be what? This way to force a trade of this bishop. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's try to get this guy off the board. Okay, great. Of course, don't want to get forked here. So let's move over. Back the pawn. Okay, if we can get rid of this pawn, I think we're in great shape here. So rook to c6 is the obvious attempt. He might push it. Then we go back. He might try to defend, but we would be able to block that off. Yeah, so I think we can relatively easily actually win this pawn here. Okay, and then like I mentioned, we can just block that. And eventually we're going to force the trade here. Okay, I didn't see that idea. He wants to defend it tactically with the fork. Very interesting move. Probably a pretty good move, actually. Yeah, I didn't see that one. Okay, So what do we do? How do we fix this issue? I guess I have to take it. Otherwise, this is too dangerous, right? My rook's trapped anyway, so if we go here, yeah, we got to take it, essentially. Okay. I didn't see that one. Nice move by the chef there. Again, falling for these little tactics here. So the question is a6, b5 good enough for us to force the bishop away? I think it is. I think it's going to be good enough. Yeah. All right. So, okay, yeah, he wisely doesn't want to trade. And I'm going to attempt to defend here and defend here and then move my king up. Okay. Let's go ahead and take that. And Get the king into the game. Really, if I can force... Oh, perfect. I was going to say if I can force a trade of the rooks, that's going to make my life easier. Let's go ahead now. We can start hunting pawns. And I think we've done it. I think we've done it, folks. Chef Magnus is finally in trouble. Let's go ahead and do this. Defend it. And the bishop is going to have some serious problems now. Come down there. Okay, well, Magnus is getting desperate. Chef Magnus needs to go cook his dinner. And he just throws the bishop there. All right. Let me see. Where is the checkmate? Let's start with this one. And there we go. Nice little ladder made here. All right, we've done it. I'm going to attempt it, but I'm going to play quickly because I kind of know the outcome here. 2,800. It's a bit above my pay grade. So we'll give it a shot. Do the best we can and see what happens. I'll play my little Cozio defense here. Why not? Take that guy. Let's bring the knight over here. Bishop to c5. Goes back. I think I'll just go here. I'll castle. All right. We'll just play d6. Get our bishop out here. Take it back this way. All right. Maybe I'll try f5. And what's happening with that move? Wants to take here. I guess I don't want to allow that, so maybe I'll trade. And trade here. Seems like our position is still decent. Jump the knight in. Uh-huh. So can't quite take that. Let me play c6 just to kick the bishop away. Okay, we actually have the opposite color bishops here, which, you know, it's something. Maybe we can hold on for a draw if I'm lucky here. He plays g4. Wow. All right. I mean, can I, like, take advantage of that? Because it seems like it's overcommitting here. He's going to go for this. I could take here, actually give him that pawn. Then I take this pawn. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, and a queen trade? Oh, yes. We're going to try to draw this game, my friends. We're going to try to draw this game. He wants to invade here. Okay, but I don't have to panic because I can go here and defend. And we're just going to sit. We're going to make a little fortress here. A little opposite color bishop fortress. Even if I lose this pawn, who cares? It doesn't even matter. It really doesn't even matter. Take the pawn. I'm coming in here in the second rank. I'm coming down here. I think I'm going to trade, but do it in a way that keeps my rook on an aggressive square. Yeah, I think we can draw this. I actually think we can draw this game. I really do. Okay, so what's the way to draw it is the question. He probably wants to go like this and try to create some shenanigans here. So what do I do about that? If I run with my king up, yeah, I'm going to try to run with my king. I'm expecting like c3. No, he goes for a different approach. Okay. Let me just move my rook back here to keep an eye on this. Still want to bring my king up. Ah, he's attacked. Okay, I didn't see that. All right. Let me not throw this. That pawn doesn't really matter too much, though. So let's just get my king to an active square. Yeah. This is what we want to do, I think. Okay, he doesn't even want to take it. Let's go g5. Since he didn't want to take it, I'll just save it. Why not? And I mean, is this a fortress? Like, is this good enough to just like start moving pieces back and forth? I'm not sure. I don't want to let the pawn through. That could be dangerous. Hmm. Yeah, I'm really not sure. Let me go ahead and play b6. Hopefully that's not a huge blunder here. Yeah, he's trying to create the pass pawn. Can I get the blockade with the bishop is really the question. Let's go c5. The more pawns I can trade off, the better, I believe. Okay. Okay, let's take that. Blockade here, I think. And we also can like think about attacking now the king a little bit, although if I give him this move, he's got, yeah, that's kind of annoying. Okay. There is a checkmating idea. Let's just see. Like, because if I go here and bring my rook over, there's a checkmating. Oh. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, we had it. I think we had it. If I didn't blunder the bishop, I think we had it. I'll check the game review. I'm not going to keep playing here because now he's going to win with the bishop. But pretty sure we had it. Let's just see. Let's just take a look at the game review right here. Okay, 90.7. I'm pretty happy with that. Look at that chart. You can see the chart there. Look at this. We were right there. We were right there until bam. We went from, yeah, it was even. I had it. I literally had a draw against 2,800. Maybe it was because I had to go eat lunch. I was kind of moving quickly and I wanted to finish. But I think if I would have taken my time, we could have just gotten a draw against the world champion. So anyway, yeah, I'll just actually show you guys really quick. What was the drawing move? I'm just curious here. Analysis says if I just move the bishop like here, just something like this, it's basically equal. Is it enough for white to win? Maybe, but unlikely. Now, if I blunder again later, then of course he's going to win. But if I play like good moves, I think this is probably going to be a draw. Anyway, go play the Magnus bots. Let me know how you guys do. And I will see you next time. Stay sharp. Play smart. Take care.